Let's break down the numbers with the Chief Executive of Virgin Australia, John Borghetti, joins us on the phone from Sydney. John, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, how much can we really attribute these numbers to those woes at Qantas?
Well, hi, Rhys. Look, first of all, I think you can attribute those numbers to the hard work and the changes that we've made in the last 12 months. And in fact, as you go through the presentation pack, you'll see that our yield started improving back in June, July, and has consistently done so, totally unrelated to the opposition's situation. We are always saying that we have a 3-year plan. We're halfway through it. But what we are pleased about is that we're starting to see some of the benefits which we thought would flow on next half, actually flowing on in the past half. So we're getting some early signs of the benefits of the hard work we're doing.
Yeah, big push into business class, of course, on the premium end here. How's that going for you right now?
Well, very well. You know, we commenced business class across the Australian domestic network on the 18th of January, so of course those numbers aren't included in the half-year results. But just to give you a feel for how well it's doing, it's we're carrying double the seat factor that we were with the previous product that was at that end of the plane, which was premium economy, and indeed in the first 2 weeks of operation we carried over 10,000 people. So it's going ahead of expectations.
Okay, new airline on the scene as well, Singapore Airlines subsidiary Scoot. I guess you're in a slightly different space to them, but it again adds to the competitive environment, doesn't it?
Well, certainly the airline environment is very competitive, but you're right, Scoot is in a different space, and they're not a direct competitor. But of course we do have an alliance with Singapore Airlines, as you may know, and a very good alliance which is about to be kicked off in the next month or two, and we're expecting good benefits for both of us going forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the only airline you've got an arrangement with. You've got Delta, Etihad, and of course you're part owned here by New Zealand Airlines as well. So tell me something here. You've got any plans to, A, deepen those alliances or actually get into one of the global alliances?
Well, the second part of your question first. No, we have no plans to join a global alliance. We've looked at it, and for the moment we're not in it is our view that we don't need to do that. The 4 strategic alliances that we have, which are the 4 that you mentioned, Singapore Airlines, Etihad, Air New Zealand and Delta, some are more advanced than others because we commenced them, you know, for example, Etihad we commenced 12 months or so ago, and the newest, Singapore Airlines, as I said before, is about to commence. But certainly they're very strong alliances, and we will continue to grow those as much as we can. But we don't have any intention of, or any requirement really for a 5th, let's call it, major strategic alliance. The 4 that we have really covers the globe for us, and we're very happy with that.
Very quickly, John, what about the impact of the high oil price? What are you at the moment assuming the price of oil is going to be in the next 6 months to a year, and what about your hedging on that?
Well, anyone who can guess the price of oil in the next 6 months or a year is a genius. Very hard to predict, but you know what? That's not unusual because oil is always hanging over every airline's head. The question is how well you manage it. And we've got a good hedging policy which is in Australian dollars, so we're not susceptible to the currency movement as much as other airlines in that sense, along with the hedging. And we have about 84% hedged for the rest of this financial year, so we're in good shape, plus obviously that steps down as you go into the next financial year.
Thank you so much for that, John Borghetti there, the Chief Executive of Virgin Australia, joining us on the line from Sydney.